Hi everyone, welcome to our series on digital logic design using Verilog. In this lecture we talk about the HDL introduction. Since the HDL stands for the hardware description language, and in this lecture we talk about the why we need an HDL language, what are the different type of the HDL language, and their different abstraction level. So stay tuned with us. So before we get started, let's first talk about the lecture's outline. In the first module, we talk about the need of the HDL language and what are the different HDL language we are generally being used in designing our circuits. Here we comparing the two most commonly used hardware description language, that is the Verilog and the VHDL. Now moving onwards to a second module, here we talk about the different level of the abstraction that we're going to use in designing our circuits using the hardware description language. In our third module, here we talk about the design methodology, whether we go for the top-down level or if we go for the bottoms-up level. And finally, in our last module, we took few examples and run them on the EDA playground. So let's get started with our first module, that is the HDL introduction. The HDL language were used in order to speed up our design and to provide the concise representation of our circuits. As basically we are designing our circuits with the help of programming language, it gives us a better understanding about how the signals will flow in these circuits, and we can simply look up the design without generating the schematic manually. So the tools, they're gonna help in speed up our design a lot, and with the help of the HDL language we can generally design our big circuits in a very small period of time. Another point about the HDL is that they are being portable, as they work like a high level language, means that we are designing our code without being worrying about the technology node on which we are synthesized that. So basically it means that we are designing code in our RTL form and it is independent of the tech node. So if we are changing our tech node, the same code will work exactly like the code used in the previous design. And also the HDL language, they are being used to verify our design and simulate so that it matches the functionality correctness as we want to. Even though System Verilog is also based on the Verilog, so it's better to learn Verilog first. So the question is why we need hardware description language when we already have programming language such as our Fortran and the C language that were already being used to describe our computer program. Then why we need another language for describing? And the reason is that since the most of the programming language, these are the sequential in nature, and for designing our complex hardware we need some fast simulation of our large digital circuit, and at that time the need of the concept of time is being originated. So we need a separate language that not only include the concept of the time, but the language is also concurrent. It means that in the language everything is working in a parallel way. Even though the high programming language, they are not as much concise in describing our hardware. So for that, the origin of the hardware description language like our VHDL and the Verilog comes into the picture, that are being specifically designed for designing of the hardware, so that we know about how the thing actually gonna work on the hardware when we synthesize those. So all the things like our resistor wires, all those things are included in the hardware description language. which are generally being missed in our high programming language like C. And even though designer can write our RTL language without knowing about the library, like on which technology node we have to fabricate that. So this will enhance the popularity of the hardware description language more. Even though the hardware description language are also being used for verification of our design at the functionality level. So if there is some error happen, so most of the designer can go through that and easily optimize that. So all these features comes when we know more in depth about the hardware language in our upcoming lectures. So now we know about the need of the hardware description language. Now the second point about is what are the different type of the hardware description language we can use. The two most commonly used hardware description language is Verilog and VHDL. Here the VHDL stand for the very high speed integrated circuit hardware description language, and second one is Verilog. Let's talk about the difference between the Verilog and the VHDL. So the first point about is that Verilog, it's a weakly typed language, whereas the VHDL, it's a strongly typed language. What it means is that in the VHDL, we have to correctly return the matched and the defined data types. Means like if we are using in our program some mixed data type and there is a mismatching in the signal, at that time the VHDL will be showing an error. On the other hand, as the Verilog, it's a weakly typed language, so if there is some mismatch happen, then automatically the compiler will eliminate those bits on the synthesis part. For example, like suppose two variables, namely as A and the B. The A, we are defining its size from 3 to 0, and B defining its size 7 down to 0. So if you are putting the value of the variable A to B, then we actually can't assign it. Whereas on the other hand, if you are putting that value in the Verilog part, then we can simply assign that value. So the Verilog compiler, it doesn't introduce any syntax error, whereas on the VHDL it will showing an error of the width mismatch. So now the second difference is that Verilog, it is better than VHDL in terms of the low level modeling. What's the meaning of the low level modeling is that basically when we are defining our hardware at the low level, at the gate levels, at that time Verilog, it supports that because it is originally created for the modeling and for the simulating our logic gates. So in the Verilog, a lot of the gate primitives are already being defined, so we have simply used that and installation those in our Verilog code, like our AND gate, NOR, NAND, buffer, not if. So all these gates are being defined in the Verilog, and also the Verilog switch primitives like our PMOS and the NMOS. But these things are not being defined in the VHDL. So we have to write the separate code of all these primitives. And one more important thing is that Verilog, it supports user defined primitive, so that the designer, they can define their own cell primitives, whereas these features are not that much extensively we can utilize in the VHDL. On the other hand, VHDL is better than the Verilog in terms of the high level hardware modeling, because it provides more feature and the construct for our high level hardware modeling which are not being supported in our Verilog, like our user defined data types in the VHDL. This supports different data types that includes like our predefined data types and the user defined data types. For example, some bit vectors, string, time, boolean character, all those things have been defined in the VHDL. And on the other hand, Verilog, it can define the simple data types, it can't define the user defined data types. So the simple data types in the Verilog are our net, wire, some wire and try or. On the other hand, Verilog supports more data types. And system Verilog is also based on the Verilog, and there is some other extensions. So learning Verilog is quite easy as compared to learning VHDL. Because of the new features of the VHDL, we have to write a big line of code, and on the other hand, the same code we can write in a more concise way in the Verilog. But at the end, both the Verilog and the VHDL, they are being equally used in all over the world, and also depend on the application that we are using. Here is a data chart that is showing the use of the Verilog and the VHDL in the different countries. Here you can see most of the countries are being equally used the Verilog and the VHDL. On the defense system, the VHDL is more preferable, and on the ASIC designer, the Verilog is preferred. So the both are being equally used, but they are different in their way of declaring the syntax, but they perform the same functionality on the hardware. So now we got the idea about the different type of the HDL language, why we need HDL language,